Hello class, it's me Jackson again. I'm going to be doing a sample video on the case study of the celebrity cruises that you have just read. First off, I want to remind you to make sure your presentation has high quality. Make sure you're wearing appropriate wear, a collared shirt, your lighting's very nice, your sounds good, you're talking well, and your background's not distracting. You want to make it nice, do it in one take or do it in several different takes if you have to. Make sure that this video is better than the first one that you did. You now have practice with it. It should be your best presentation. Kind of act like this is a job interview. If you do that, you'll have be a little bit more comfortable if you have to do an online job interview, which many people will have to, since a lot of things are online nowadays. But also make sure to look at your rubric. There are some sample questions you can look at on there that will help you guide through each section. You don't have to answer each of those questions in the rubric, but just pick a few to guide yourself through the video. Obviously, you should start off with an introduction. Introduce yourself so your viewers know who you are and what you're going to be talking about. Have a little intro about the case study so your viewers as well know what you're going to be delving into. Then you're going to be delving into your graded categories. This is your assessment, your diagnosis, your action, as well as your follow-up. Each of these sections will be your most heavily weighted portion of your grade, so please be aware to take it seriously. The first part you should do is your assessment. You should really make sure what you're going to be assessing, aka are you going to be looking at your target market, are you going to be looking at financials, what are the things you're going to be looking at? Choose the assessment which best relates to what action you're going to take. So before you do your video, make sure you go through each section, pick an action that you think you're going to do, and then make an assessment of that action in this assessment section. Something like this is a mid-tier premium cruise line that has some financial issues right now, blah, 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 rada, rada. Just make sure that your assessment is going off of your action, even though it is first. This way it'll kind of wrap up in a loop and it makes your presentation sound a little bit better. Following your assessment, you're going to move into your diagnosis. This is where you're going to take a stance. This is where you're going to explain your reasoning, support your claim. This is where you're going to use details from the case study in your video to explain your assessment, to explain your diagnosis of the issue. You'll take a stance in this. This is where you start to develop your action. This will be a good introduction to your action because you'll be explaining it. So then moving forward after your diagnosis, you move straight into your action. This is your analysis of not only your diagnosis, but as well as your assessment. This is where you bring in your own plan on what to do. What are you going to do to make things better for this cruise line? Is there something that you've already thought of? A few of my ideas, maybe like a loyalty program, a credit card, maybe free trips that they give off on the radio or something. I don't know. This is for you to determine. But you have to just say why you chose this in this section, why you chose a certain action in this section, and then explain how you're going to implement it. Because following up, in the follow-up section, you're going to have to do some extra research. This is where you're going to look into the cruise industry, see what's going on in the industry, see what things have already been implanted at certain cruise lines in like mid-tier, some upper tier, maybe even lower tier cruises. What are they doing to attract customers? And then you're going to have to look into, as well as in your follow-up with that research, what is happening in that industry? How is that plan going to be put into place? How has it been put into place? Has it ever worked before? Has it worked in a hotel before? Has it worked in a restaurant before? Has it worked somewhere else? You're going to have to do your research in this to be able to support your claim, to support your action. Not only that, but your follow-up is also going to be a little bit of a conclusion. So after you kind of delve into your research and explain it to your audience, kind of conclude everything, kind of go back through each of your sections, assess it again, diagnose it again, and remind the audience of your action. This way we could have a good wrap-up of everything what's going on. And then one of my favorite ways to end a video is kind of end it with a discussion question, something thought-provoking where people can think about it. This will be a good point to bring up your action again. It's like, if we do bring this up, this could raise profits, or maybe this could do something else depending on what your plan is. But just be sure that you are aware of what you're talking about. Be knowledgeable of what you're talking about. If you're just blabbering, it's going to show that you don't know what you're talking about, and Dr. Taylor will be able to see that. Well, yet again, like I said last time, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or Dr. Taylor at any time. You should be able to find me on Canvas. I should be in the student section. My name is Jackson. If you do have any more questions, we should be able to help you. But happy video making.